OpenAI is in talks to raise funding that would value it at more than $100 billion. The company that was previously a nonprofit seems to be really just raking in the funding, and this is their next funding round. And not only that, Apple is rumored to be one of the investors in this current round, and that wouldn't really surprise me. Apple has a ton of cash in reserves just waiting to be deployed. And Thrive Capital would lead the round and would invest $1 billion. Earlier this year, OpenAI was valued at a reported $80 billion from $29 billion the prior year. Annualized revenue reportedly surpassed $2 billion earlier this year. Growth took off in late 2022 after the company launched ChatGPT, of course, and continued as it rolled out products for businesses and expanded into AI-generated photos and videos. Now, my opinion is that large language models are becoming a commodity very quickly. We have Meta's Llama, which is free, and we have a number of other competing models that compete directly with OpenAI's models, and the cost of intelligence, even according to OpenAI, is basically being driven down to zero. So if that's the case, what is OpenAI's long-term business strategy? Now, that is the real question, because I don't see it, not yet at least. And so to be valued at $100 billion where your core product is becoming commoditized so quickly is a little astounding to me. But you know what? The team at OpenAI is incredibly smart. Sam Altman is incredibly smart. I have a feeling they have plans and they're going to figure it out. I don't think they're going to come out with a model that is just leaps and bounds better than anything else we've seen on the market. And let's even assume they do. I can't imagine that within 3 or 6 months, Llama 4 or any other open source model won't be nearly as good, if not as good. And as I mentioned, according to the Wall Street Journal, Apple and NVIDIA are in talks to invest in OpenAI's latest round. So here it is. Tech giants would join multi-billion-dollar funding round alongside Microsoft and Thrive Capital. And if we didn't already know that AI is taking over the world, large language models from both Meta and OpenAI are seeing incredible popularity. From the information, Meta's AI assistant wins millions of users in challenge to ChatGPT. In early August, the assistant had 400 million monthly users and 40 million daily users. Now, this is a little bit more nuanced than they just launched something and it had 400 million users, because Meta has a ton of products with billions of users using them. So they simply insert Llama into these products, Instagram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and then all of a sudden, those users are using them. So I don't think it's truly 400 million users from zero, but it certainly is a great accomplishment nonetheless. And it says right here, Meta AI had 400 million monthly users and 40 million daily users in early August, less than a year after its debut. The numbers reflect Meta's ability to promote the assistant to its more than 3 billion users. That is their distribution network at play. But OpenAI is seeing massive growth as well. According to Axios, OpenAI says ChatGPT usage has doubled since last year. On Thursday, they said that ChatGPT has more than 200 million weekly active users, twice as many as it had last November. I use ChatGPT, but I've actually started using Perplexity more than ChatGPT, because Perplexity is essentially ChatGPT with a bunch of additional awesome features. And I know I was late to the Perplexity train, but I'm all over it now, I promise you that. 92% of Fortune 500 companies are using its products. That is insane. 92% of Fortune 500 companies. And usage of its automated API has doubled since release of GPT-4o Mini in July. So reminder, GPT-4o Mini is the smaller, a little bit less performant, but very efficient and extremely cheap version of GPT-4o. And with that, people are paying just a couple dollars per million tokens, which is right down the path of what Sam Altman said, intelligence too cheap to meter. And then back to my previous point, if intelligence is too cheap to meter, how are they going to have a business model?